But we're gonna have right now we're gonna have Bad News Beta versus Vincessant. Bad News Beta, a NorCal Fox. I actually know him pretty well. He went to some Wednesday night fights back in the 2017, 2018 days too. So he's a very solid Fox and some good results. Versus Vincessant, who right now I'm checking his Smash GG right now is ranked 8th according to the Washington Power Rankings. I don't know how recent that Power Rankings is, but Vincessant definitely no stranger to some good results. So we're gonna expect a pretty good Fox Peach set here.
Yeah, I'm pretty excited about that. I just checked up actually the some of the stats that they've got between each other, and I actually don't think that BadNewsBeta has ever even played, at least that's recorded.
Oh, so that's really interesting. So we haven't seen a lot of footage of him. I mean, I'd say I at least have a bit of personal experience because I probably did play him in person at some point, but you're right. It definitely has been a few years since I've last seen him play. So it'll be interesting to see how BadNewsBeta does.
Yeah, I totally agree, but I think we actually are going to be starting off this game, so we got some Peach Fox on screen, and no hand warmers required. It's Dreamland game number 1.
Yes, sir. What do you think you're going to be looking for the most out in this match?
Just on the movement so far, I honestly think wave dash back. Like, just as one random small thing, both these guys are, dash dancing quite a lot, and I think it's going to be the big mind games on who can get the other one to bait first. Can you get that Peach to throw out an ill-advised dash attack? Maybe Fox throws out a too short of a nair coming in. That's going to be a really big opening, because I feel like both these guys will know the punish game quite well.
Indeed. You can tell they're respecting each other's spaces as well, too. You notice there's like a little bit of a bubble right now, especially, like you said, with the dash dancing, too. You're seeing it already. Beta is really kind of respecting his space right now. Gets a dash dance grab. Really just trying to force Vincessant to commit.
Now, first big option here, that nair's gonna clip, still no jump, and oh, just slightly misspacing. Unfortunate, but only 40% split, still doable, especially on this larger stage, and we kind of glossed over Dreamland being the strike stage here, especially on a best of 3. Interesting to see, do you think that's more Peach favorite? Because I usually think it is.
That's a very interesting point, too. I mean, I think for BadNewsBeta's case, I think the reason maybe they struck Dreamland is because he believes he can chip away, and out-neutral him. I think that's the reason probably BadNewsBeta would want to pick the stage, but you're right. It's definitely, you wouldn't expect this to happen as a game 1.
Yeah, well, the stage has been picked, and it's 3 stocks apiece. Bad News is not too far down, only 20%, and that's, basically nothing, and the way that they have been playing, very patient, very spaced, and is more kind of punish heavy than, trying to scrap, the stage might not actually be too terrible for him.
Yeah, and it goes back to your point. Maybe BadNewsBeta is onto something to do with this pick. I mean, and you're right. I'm liking it. It's still a bubble right now. He's really respecting Vincessant's space right now, and you can see how much Vincessant is really having to reach. And he's not getting a lot off his punches as a result.
Well, we'll see. There's been 2 rolls this stock so far that actually Vincessant is actually ridiculously punished. So Bad News is going to have to kind of tighten that up, because I feel like Vincessant is starting to get the slightly better in this matchup, either kind of picking up on different options or predicting what's quite going to happen. I mean, this last 60% has just been Peach City.
Yeah, indeed, too. And it's like, if Vincessant gets more and more of those openings, it could be trouble, and the punches will get harder and harder, and that's how he'll get comfortable.
Well, and it's going to be any drop, right? If Bad News drops it once, right, before picking this up, there's only been 7% build so far, but it really is going to take one grab, one nair, one down smash to add on a lot of extra credit. And so far, we'll see if Vincessant is able to do that. And it's this large stage that Bad News decides to pick that is giving him these second options and third options right now.
Yeah, it's like now instead of making Vincessant work for it, it's BadNewsBeta trying to work for it to get the kill. Is he gonna get it? Not yet.
Any other stage, man. Any other stage.
Indeed.
But he needs to finish right now. This game's got, or the stock has to be taken.
There it is. There it is.
Just barely. But, another 13% of that extra credit kind of built up. Again, it's not a ton, but it's the little things, right? It's taking Fox out of crouch canceller, that one move earlier. It's that one neutral interaction that decides to go into an edge guard situation instead of him just being on the stage, right? Every percent matters.
Yeah, boy, wow, every percent matters right now. Just like that, BadNewsBeta has the percent lead.
But maybe not for too long here. What kind of adaptation have you seen? Because BadNewsBeta to me seems like in this last stock has been playing really similarly, and not actually changing too much about his gameplay.
I mean, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. I'd say the one adjustment I've seen a little bit more use on the top platform, but not too much. You're definitely right. He's still kind of sticking to his game plan right now, like you said.
Oh, the pan? That is not often I get to hear that sound, but God, I love that. But yeah, it's now getting worse and worse, right? This is the biggest lead Vincessant's had the entire set with the opening grab. Oh, great shield drop. All right, Nathan, how can Bad News still win this game? Because it's looking rough. I mean, does he need just a Gimp at 0 on the stock?
This is such a war of attrition right now. I mean, it's hard to say, really. I mean, he's still keeping it close around. I mean, it's definitely doable, but you're right. It's just, you know, with the way the pace is going right now, it could be very tough to get these punches because he's not getting as much as like he did before.
Yeah, and, you know, once again, that extra, 10-15% has continued to be added on by Vincessant, but every single stock
he's getting more.
Bad News seems to find that good opening, but,
this
in
could
the
be
center
trouble.
of the stage, you can't, where are you supposed to go? You have to DI hard left?
That's tough, too, and there's no platform. He was too far away to where a platform couldn't really help him, but he gets out.
Not a good trade. This might
Goes
be
high,
it.
covered.
He's gonna have one more chance.
Oh, and you know what's crazy? That turnip actually fanned him too, which is insane. I saw that at the last second.
Yeah, I thought it actually got burned for some ways, and it was just like not gonna interact. Maybe it was like just on like the slightly too low, but I mean, either way, Vincessant had the whole thing locked up. He had the roll up anyways. Didn't matter. Fox was too far away. So game one going over, and I'm gonna say this again. I do not like that Dreamland starting stage. I would have much rather seen. I don't know, like maybe Bad News is just really big into the run and gun and stay spaced and pick his opening specifically, but
and they go again.
Salty run back?
They go again to Dream. I am surprised too, yeah. I mean, I could have somewhat seen it too with the first pick, like you said, but definitely, you know, wow. I mean, that surprised me. I would have expected maybe like a stadium they struck the game 1 too. So yeah, very interesting going to Dreamland again.
If Bad News is going to win on the stage, he's going to have to bring something a little bit different, and maybe he goes specifically for like the very campy run and gun playstyle.
Well,
right?
you're seeing it a little bit too. You're firing the gun right now. You're right. So that is the adjustment. A lot more gun.
Well, we'll see if he's going to be able to find it, because Vincessant was able to get actually a lot of, damage just off of the combo.
Oh, he
right?
may get more.
Yeah, 2 dash attacks into a grab is, not all that much, but it's certainly more than, like, what, 10 lasers or so? So it's a lot of, a lot of risk for a minor reward, it would seem.
Yeah, it's mentally taxing as well. So you can tell how taxing this style is. Even in just the tension of the set right now. You could tell, it's every hit matters, it seems like.
That last set went 5 minutes. Let's say that last game went for 5 minutes, and Peach is still doing A-okay right now. 120%, probably has another 30-40% in her.
You're not wrong, too. And I'm sure Vincessant is perfectly fine with this, because it's basically saying, like, you're going to have to commit in order to kill me right now. And you're seeing that, again, 143, she's right. He has a lot more percent to work with right now. Finally gets it.
Took a while, but 172%, and BadNewsBeta kind of in the leaderboard for the first time this set so far.
How long can he hold those? The question right now too. And again, he's going to the top platform right now too. And again, this is where the running gun, I'd say, is pretty solid now. Vincessant's gonna have to reach right now to get some sort of percent and get the kill right now.
That was a beautiful first 45. Guns finds that one opening where Peach has to kind of go in, and it's all these little dash dance backs.
Oh
and
my gosh.
Then gets the one grab. Oh, he read it. That was the first time he'd down thrown it, and she's been attacking left the entire time. Really smart adaptation from Bad News there.
Oh, no. What a tech!
He lived.
Amazing tech. Who's this talking about? This feels like more BadNewsBeta's type of game right now. Would you say?
Yeah, 100%. It's all momentum, whereas last game, I feel like we were all talking about Vincessant as, what is this Peach doing? How can Bad News adapt? The script has been flipped, right? How is Vincessant able to keep up with the speed of this Fox and deal with all these projectiles while getting in and not throwing out bad moves? I mean, that Shine is a frame earlier. That's a Shine up smash, and it's going to be a whole stock lead. So it's just a slight misplay.
Gaslight is that's probably the biggest opening he's had all game thus far. He's gonna take a stock for it? Not yet. Possibly.
Oh, that turnip. Okay, doesn't matter. That should be it.
Oh, that is a huge swing too. Doesn't get the angle he wants, and despite everything with how well, I'd say BadNewsBeta is playing really well so far. Despite everything, Vincessant's held it together quite well.
I just can't believe. Oh, true halftime, first game. Let's go. Even on game 2, he couldn't ask for it to be any better. But no, that entire last stock, it's bad news until one mistake, and Vincessant punishes basically in a 0 to death.
Yeah, and right now, and you see that mistake too. Would you say it is a little rattled a bit right now?
Another one? Another
Possibly?
one? Hold up.
Oh, not yet.
Dude, I wanted it. Every Peach in the world wanted that fair to connect.
Indeed. Gets burned right now too, but man, what a flip in the tempo and the momentum of the game right now. We were talking about how Beta had this strong lead right now, but it is completely flipped on its head, and it's Vincessant that's up now.
He figured out how to get in. That's all I can say is the gun no longer matters. He's like, all right, I just have to figure out where he wants to shoot and move in. He had basically 2-0 to deaths back-to-back.
Oh, no kidding, too. And I was just about to say that earlier, too, is that Vincessant's got to find a way in. I think he found the answer for us.
Oh, this is... I'm not feeling good news anymore. This is bad news for BadNewsBeta. I'm sorry. I didn't want to do it. But it's in the name.
Pun completely its head right now. There is some bad news right now, and it's Vincessant.
Oh. It's possible, right? It's still possible.
Oh, he gets another one. Oh!
No!
But he flubs! That is so unfortunate.
That is the quintessential not like this. I actually really like that he goes out there for that second shine. I think if he just holds straight up, he actually makes it back. It'll be close, but definitely, like, possible. And I don't know. There's always a world of a one-stock lead is not a lead kind of a thing. It only takes 6 blue lines. Whatever, whatever phrase you want to go with. It's a possible comeback, but not when you pineapple yourself like that.
Who lives in a pineapple under the sea? It's Draymond, as they would say. But man, I like how aggressive BadNewsBeta got at the end there too. I like that he went for that shine. It's unfortunate he SD'd, but it shows that he's still confident. He's confident in his play right now. It shows he's not too afraid of the moment right now, even when Vincessant had that really solid adaptation too in game 2.
Yeah, I think that was still winner side.
I believe
there's
so.
more tournament left for Bad News, and yeah, too many players decide to change up their game too much, and it's like becomes problematic because you might not be used to it. So even if you're at 4 stocks or at 1 stock, what Bad News did, I think, was correct. He maybe just got outplayed and outpunished, which, no fault of his own. I think they played well. It's just sometimes you run into a better player.
Yeah, nothing to be ashamed about too. I mean, great showing by BadNewsBeta. We'll definitely see him more, I'd say, in losers, especially with how he was playing. I thought he played very well. And Vincessant moves on, advances later into the